Beauty in the Breakdown.
Woo!
Beauty in the Breakdown.
You came in so hot. I was trying to start out so slow.
Sorry,
like relax,
I
Sunday
had one
morning.
single burst
I was
of
like,
serotonin.
Beauty in the Breakdown. Welcome.
How's everyone doing?
Wow, that was our most intrusive intro
Unnecessary.
song we've ever had. That's for sure. It's different every time. I wish I could remember what we do each time. But
It's very similar to that, just in
goes-
different variations.
right. I feel like that's been our entire week since both of us are going out of town. We're just like, when do you leave? And then the next day you're like, when do you leave? And I'm like, when do you leave?
I'm like, and what time is it? And do I need to take you? Do you need dropped off?
And then I ask you to do something. You're like, I am going to Florida tonight. I'm like, oh yeah. Then I tell you about South Bend, and you're like, why were you in South Bend? I'm like,
I already know. I watched your story 6 times already.
We have no idea what each other's doing at any time. So
Yeah, Sarah and I, even though we live together, we are never on the same page ever. I could see you every night, and I'm still gonna ask you what you're doing, even though I probably kind of already know if I thought about it hard enough.
if you're not sitting in the living room, I have no idea what you're doing.
If you're not actively sitting in my room on my bed, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm glad your cat didn't die while you were gone.
I was about to say that. I was just thinking about I have to find somebody to keep the cat for when I go to New Orleans. God,
I'll be here.
You know what? We'll talk about this after the podcast.
We'll talk about it later. Nobody cares. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about this later.
I do like the cat though. God, she's so fucking cute.
Dude, when she walks, she like waddles because her little legs are so. Oh, whenever I went and checked on her the other day, I literally just wanted to fucking like pick her up by one hand and just
I
like
know.
scoop her.
You want to like
Ugh.
squeeze her. Especially she's starting to get like really hyper. She's starting to get those like kitten like zoomies.
I know she was. When I went in there, I was like playing with her and I was like rubbing her belly and she was like. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna rip your fucking limbs off. Cuteness aggression is the funniest thing in the world.
Oh my God.
I'm like, what is it about that feeling that makes you want to kill them? Like that's so like morbid.
You just want to like grab them so hard and just like
I know, I want to fucking rip her head off, dude.
yeah, like it's so morbid, but you think about just like holding them and then like chucking them.
Like,
You're
I fucking love you.
Yeah, you would never
choke slamming the
you
fuck
would
out
never
of her.
actually do it, but like oh God, even
the
like
feeling is there and it's
when
so
you're-
intense.
when you're dating someone too and you just want to like choke them. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Or you like bite them so hard you take a little skin off.
oh God. No.
I'm kidding. I've never done that.
I mean, I definitely like left little like teeth marks.
I know.
and
I'm definitely
like,
a biter. I'm like, I hope you didn't need that skin because I'm eating it.
or just like dig your nails into them.
Oh,
It's gonna be, like, and not even like in a
yes!
like fun way, like in a like.
Or just like smacking them.
Heidi, okay, what the fuck?
I'm not an abuser. I promise.
Heidi's
I'm
like,
not
you
an
know when like
abuser.
you just want to like beat the shit out of them. I'm like, okay,
Do you know when you beat their fucking ass?
no,
No, I'm saying like those little like love taps.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Like, I'll be
just
like hugging them and I'm just like I'll just like start smacking their back. I'm like, oh,
like a football player,
Yeah.
like a coach with a football
Yeah,
player.
like,
good
good
game,
going, buddy.
buddy. Oh, God damn, you did so good.
you did so fucking good. Meet me out back later. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm gonna congratulate you for this game out
Like,
back.
further congratulate you.
How was your weekend?
This is a freaking long one. Oh my God. I thought it was never going to end. I had to work.
Oh my God,
I'm getting so sick of working,
I'm so
dude.
tired of it.
I wish people would just give me their money without having to do anything. It doesn't make any sense. It's awful. No, I ended up having to work Friday and Saturday at Burn. Friday I was at the salon and at Burn. And then, yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. I really didn't do anything crazy. Yesterday I got my nails done and I like ran around for a little bit. It wasn't anything exciting, really.
I got my nails done yesterday too.
How cute of us.
I haven't had my nails done in a while because I went to that one place and then they put on talons onto me. They were like so thick. He didn't even charge me full price. He was like, I know those are bad.
First of all, when they know they're bad, that like makes me mad because I'm like, fix them. Like,
Yeah.
because you're still paying for them. You know what I mean? And you're gonna
Yeah.
have to go somewhere else and get them fixed and pay anyway.
No, I didn't. I just like walked around. Do you remember them? They were like pink and they had the weird design on them and they were literally like
yeah,
this
really
thick.
thick.
And I just gave up.
I hate when they're thick, dude. I feel like I have like chubby fingers. I feel like it's
Yes.
fucking, like just like fucked up hands.
And I like don't know what to do anymore with my hands. I'm like, and I do stuff with my hands, but for work, I like do a lot of like hand videos. Like
Yeah.
this sounds like I do like weird
Hand
sexual
modeling.
favorite. Yeah.
You're like, my job is me doing a lot of handsy stuff in videos.
So anyway, I jerk off people,
I jerk people off in these videos.
but we make like drink videos a lot. So my fingers are in it. And my coworker was like, if
You
your
got
hands-
booty digging
He
fingers.
did. He was like, if your hands are going to be in these videos anymore, you need to go get.
I would
a
be like, does the
manicure."
company card pay for that?
We're pushing for it.
We're pushing for everyone to have a weekly manicure and pedicure.
Yes, you too, Bryce.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think men should be taking better care of their fingers for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Also, their feet. They always have. I shouldn't say always. There are few men that take care. Wyatt, do you bite your fingernails?
Of course he does.
No, I never bite them in.
Let me see him.
Really long.
Hold them up.
They're not good. They're
Hold
like
'em up.
dirty. They're literally dirty.
See, that's what I mean. Men just don't.
But
men just
I am
don't-
like that with my nails. I am definitely a
See,
guy when it
I'm
comes to my
not.
nails.
I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like there's something very like feminine and dainty about always having like your toes and your fingers done.
My toes, that's a different story. I always have my toes
I
done,
look at them
but-
exactly the same. Like I'm like I feel like there's something like if I can look at someone's hands and they're clean, I know they take care of themselves. You know what I mean?
Don't do that. I feel like I take care of myself, but I don't know. I swear to God, my fingers get dirtier than
And I guess
other
like I
people's
shouldn't even say
easier.
like why like yours not so much because I know that you like are working around and shit. But like when I meet somebody
You're a
and like
hardworking man.
they fucking like have their fucking nubs of fingernails down to there and like in their fucking skins going over. Oh my god, that makes me
So
want
my
to
fingers when they're not
crawl.
done.
Oh god, it stresses me out.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
that's
it's-
a pretty baby.
It's definitely it's a nervous habit for sure. Like I don't even notice that I'm biting my nails until I've already bit half of them off. And it'll be like while I'm driving.
But do you not like think of like all of no matter how many times you clean your hands, like the amount of dirt and shit that are under your nails
I do.
and you're
It's just
biting
like-
it and putting it in your mouth.
It's just one of those things. Like you like
Every time I see you do it, I'm gonna start shaming you. I'm gonna take a water bottle and start.
I don't notice it. Like I'll be driving in my car and then all of a sudden like half of them are gone and I'm
No.
like, oh gosh.
I will say I will like pick at the skin around my nails, but like it's never so bad that I
yeah.
like have like
If
I
you
mean, maybe
looked
right
underneath
there.
my car seat, there's probably
Sarah. That's
45
so
fingernails
fucking
underneath
gross.
there.
I also, dude, I used to
because
have.
I just spit
I
them out.
Wyatt, if you do this, I'm also gonna kick your ass. I used to have an ex that would bite his toenails off if he didn't have toenail clippers, and I never looked at him the same after
Yeah,
that.
biting is weird. Like,
Your toenails.
picking is already a little bit weird. Biting, absolutely not.
Wyatt, what are you doing with your toenails?
I don't take great care of them. I feel
Oh
like
my God,
I feel like my
Wyatt!
feet are clean, but like my toenails, I don't like keep them. You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah, you're not going and getting pedicures.
Like, no.
So
But
Oh
I-
my
Yeah.
God. Let's arrange that.
let's start.
Wyatt, let's go on a petty date. All three of us. We're gonna go get our toes soaked.
Start a him too movement.
I also-
where it's just like he has to go get pedicures. Him too.
I feel like that's like the Me Too movement was like sexual
Yeah.
assault. The Him Too is just about them taking care of their feet.
Such different.
Very, very different.
The difference between men and women. Like women is about sexual assault. Men is just like take care of your toes.
Take care of your toes, dude. Go get that
I know
petty.
everything else is like awesome for you, but not your toes. Go fix them.
Go get those done. You won't regret it. Also, I will say we were talking about it yesterday at the nail salon, and the girl I was talking to, she said that I reminded her. Did you watch Too Hot to Handle?
Yes.
Did you remember Francesca from like season 1? She was like dating Harry. She's beautiful. She's like a hot commodity on Netflix. I tell
know.
you what. She said that I reminded her of a blonde Francesca, and that is probably the best compliment I've ever gotten in my entire life.
You're like you don't even do my nails.
I was
You're
about
like,
to make out with her. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I literally do. Yes, the bottom one. She's honestly, she has like dark features and stuff,
Francesca.
but she said I reminded her of like a blonde one. She's so beautiful. I loved her, but I was like, that is probably the best compliment I've ever gotten.
Oh damn. Oh wait, yeah, she was also on the
Yeah, that's
Circle.
a good one. She was, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't think so, and I don't see it. But the fact that she said that was really nice.
I mean, do you want to go dark now?
No, I don't want to go dark. I do want to go more lived in, but not
Yeah.
dark. Because, that's not a good one. Take that off. I don't know what her makeup look was there. Dude, like all the guys are always obsessed with her too. It's crazy. So there's a new show on Netflix. It's called Perfect Match. And they took all of these Netflix stars from all of their Netflix originals and like put them on this show together. So like there's one from like Selling Tampa. There's some
What's
people
it
from
called?
Love is Blind, Too Hot to Handle, The Circle. It's called Perfect Match. It's like a new dating show, and they took a hodgepodge of all these
Didn't
people
they
from
already
all of them.
have a perfect match show?
Are You the One?
Yeah.
But I mean, that was from MTV. Like this is like Netflix. It's like spinoff basically. But anyway, I totally came off my train of thought. But we were talking about it, and she was like, I said something about getting a pedicure, and she was like, those really suck. And I was like, yeah, they do. I'm like, pedicures are not comfortable.
What? I'd rather get a pedicure than my nails done.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I hate it. It tickles. I almost kick them every
A
time.
pedicure though, you can just like sit there and just like let that little like vibrating chair just
I am always uncomfortable. Like I cannot wait for it to be over. Every time I get a pedicure, I cannot wait for it to be over.
No, pedicure I relax. Manicure, when they're touching my like fingers and stuff, I'm like, get off of me. Don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh God, no. I would rather have my nails done anytime. I would much rather have my nails done than my toes. And they're always too rough. Like they'd be like cutting up my cuticles and shit. You see that like little rolly thing over? I'm like, that's my skin. That's my skin. That's attached.
The
That's a
cheese
nerve
grater.
ending. Oh my God.
That tree skater does freak me out every
hate
time. I'm
that
like,
thing.
ooh, I'm about to lose a limb.
And they always tell me I have good skin. I'm like, yeah, because I'm pale.
It's a weird thing to tell
I
somebody.
know. I've heard that a couple times from those cute little Asian ladies. Your skin's the good one.
I want to rip your skin off.
Got some good skin going on here.
Eat your skin.
I'm like, ew, can you give me my feet back, please? And the water's always way too hot.
Okay, so everything you hate about it, I love about it. I like when my little feet, when I pull them out, are bright red. I'm like,
I do like
Burn
though
them.
whenever they exfoliate like your feet and your legs, that always feels good with the little sugar scrub. Love that part. How was your weekend?
it was good. I was in South Bend all weekend for some shows at the Drop Comedy Club. It's really cool. It was like, it's in the basement of the Aloft Hotel, but the hotel is like so nice. So they put you up in the hotel because it's like,
Put you up in a pantsuite.
dude, I was like, they had dry bar shampoo and conditioner in their
I
shower.
saw that. I saw that on your story. You were like, the white man in me wants to steal this.
White trash, but
Oh,
also the white man in me too.
also the
Like,
white man
yeah.
in me.
I was literally trying to like rip them off. I was like, and then I thought about going to buy like little portable
Damn,
ones.
did they have them fucking drilled into the wall?
Yeah, and somebody else messaged me on Instagram and said, "Yeah, you can't get those off. I've tried." I was like,
How do they refill them?
"That's what I was trying to figure out. They have to have like a huge bottle of it, and they must just like twist it off and then pour it in there. But that seems like so much work. That seems like it's got to get messy.
It seems like a lot of work for what? Like, just let them steal the bottle. You know
Just
what
let
I
me
mean?
have it. I mean, they're full size bottles too.
I saw that,
It's
but
not-
I guess I'm just really confused because, like, how was it glued? Was it cocked onto the wall?
I have no idea. I pushed
They
it
literally
up.
sealed it into the wall, like with the tile.
I swear, but then I thought the same thing. I'm like, how are they gonna fill it up?
That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
What if on the other side of the wall it's just like refillable? You know what I mean? Like it's never ending.
It's just always pumping through.
Yeah.
Or there's just some person back there just once a day. He's just like,
That's his job. That's his whole entire job is standing behind the wall. So stupid.
he's like, can I get a lunch break? They're like, no.
No
12:24 needs.
shampoo.
Wait, it never has shampoo in it ever. He just like every time somebody pushes the thing, he's there to like
Dispense it. He's always got to be listening for when the shower
like one
kicks
of those
on.
people in the bathroom at a club that like wash.
Dude,
asks you to wash your
those are
hands.
the worst. Like, one, I'm already drunk. Two, you're making me uncomfortable because you're breathing down my neck, whispering sweet nothings into my ear while I'm washing my hands. And honestly, I broke. I don't have an extra $2 to give you for
Yeah,
handing
and
me
like
a paper towel.
they're like trying to force it out, and you're like, okay, do I have to tip you? Like, when I worked at the club, I like sometimes would, but a lot of times I'm like,
why
baby,
does Envy let them do that? Because it feels like it's like
because it's supposed to be a commodity. I mean, it's supposed to be good. You know, you don't.
I
have
know,
to-
but they're not. That person's not hired by them. Like they're just letting them go in there and set up camp like that.
They're hired by the club.
So they are getting paid.
Not by the club. No. It's just a way. It's.
What?
I mean,
Where does it doesn't make any sense.
you're right. The way that I think of it though is, everyone needs money. And
I know. I'm just like, dude, of all the things you can do though, like you pick to be in a bathroom forcing towels on people.
yeah, I mean, it's not a job I would choose ever.
And also, like, you're never gonna get more than like $2. I'm never gonna tip you $20.
oh,
for
you'd be
giving me a paper
surprised.
towel.
You would be surprised with
Around drunk people, I guess
oh
that's
yeah,
true.
drunk people. You like talk to them enough, or like you tell them a sad enough story, they're gonna be like, "Here's $100."
But and I also feel like whenever that happens, like by the time I break the seal, I'm going in there every 10 minutes to pee. And
Right.
I'm not tipping you every time. I'm also like, I can literally grab my own hand towel. I can do that.
It's kind of cool when they have. Well, I guess it's not cool, but I do remember the very first time I went to a club, and it was in Miami, and they had just everything: flip flops, mints,
Yeah,
cigarettes.
When we went to, I think we were in Orlando. Whenever we went to this like massive nightclub that was like right on the beach, and the bathroom was massive. Like it was huge, and there were two ladies. They were twins, and they were like doing that whole thing. Like she had like a whole fucking like stand open, and she had all these.
They have like a hot dog stand in
They
there.
were like expensive perfumes too. Like she had like the fucking Burberry. Like I literally was like, is this a consultation for what perfume smells best on my skin, or what are you doing?
It's just a Dillard's.
She had
in
like
there.
fucking. It's actually a Dillard's. It's not a nightclub. She's like, let me fit your shoes real quick. I got something for you.
She pulls out one of those things where you like measure your foot for your flip flops.
She sits you down in the comfy chair, grabs your foot and
There's
sizes
a
it.
massage chair in there. You get to sit in for a little bit. She's like, sit.
Sit.
You deserve this.
Take a load off. You'll
Any
be
girl
fine.
that like has heels on and her feet are hurting, it
She
just has
rubs
one of those
them?
like yeah.
She got a massage chair. She's
Dude.
rubbing them.
Yeah, if they're gonna have those people in the bathroom, they better step up their game. I
Yeah,
want
they
foot massages.
better be giving me a pedicure. There better be pedicure chairs in there.
I want a
Better be
pedicure.
a shoe stand, a shoe rack, anything.
We should start a club like that, and the best part about the club is the bathroom. Like the coolest part about it is the bathroom. Like you go in there and there's like a pedicure station.
I will say,
you can
if
get your
people-
nails done.
If people didn't suck so bad and they weren't so fucking dirty, I feel like bathrooms could be a really cool spot.
What?
Because people are gross. Like literally,
No, I'm
bathroom.
saying I agree with that. What part of the bathroom is cool?
Like I'm just saying, like you could make a bathroom really nice.
Oh,
and
like
really
if you
cool
did
and
something
clean.
cool with it, yeah.
But people always rip the bathroom apart. That's just never a good public space to be in.
Why is that? Why do people just ruin a bathroom?
Dude, I'm not kidding. This is about to get really gross. I'm just saying because this is fucking. It was not funny. It just further proves my point. Burn. They like literally. They're nice bathrooms.
Yeah.
They're private bathrooms. Like
Yeah.
heavy doors, heavy machinery.
Oh,
up in
you
there.
know when you're enclosed in that bathroom, it's a nice place.
Yeah, but
Like when there's
literally,
doors on each side or like a wall on each
Yes.
side of you, like no one even knows what feet
Like
you have
could
on.
literally
What feet
blow
you
your
have.
asshole out, and like no one's gonna hear you. Like those are the bathrooms I like. And Burn will have like they have a cleaning crew, so they'll go in, they'll completely clean it. The beginning of the night, it is pristine. They have mouthwash out, hand towels,
Mm-hmm.
everything's really clean. End of the night, a fucking disaster.
Oh,
like
yeah. People
people
are
will leave
gross.
paper towels up by the sink, leave the water running. They broke the door handles off the bathrooms. What are you doing to a door handle that it should be broken off? Like, are you sitting on it? Are you rubbing your asshole
Right.
on it? What are you doing? But anyway, I
We've
went in,
had at Envy, we had the whole sink off one time.
like,
Somebody,
how?
like,
Why?
What did you do?
But I literally, so I went in there one night. It was busy as fuck. It was a Saturday. It was like 2 Saturdays ago. And the doors are so heavy, they'll like close, but they won't like latch. So I opened the door. First of all, I think someone fucking had an abortion in the toilet.
Shut
first off.
up.
Didn't flush it. I about threw the fuck up. Going to the second
God.
one, same thing, but they didn't fucking flush their toilet paper. It was on the floor. Their bloody toilet paper on the floor. I'm like, where do you do this at home? I would love to know what your bathroom looks like at home.
Oof.
But stuff like that. I'm like, why are public bathrooms always a place for people to be nasty?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially because like I know you wouldn't do that at home. I hope you wouldn't do that at home.
But it's like, why would you do it in a public space though? That's why I'm just like, and also, it's not that hard. Go to the bathroom, do your business, like be kind of clean about it, get out. Like, why do you got to make a mess?
Wait, speaking of the mouthwash in your guys' bathroom, I think that's really cool. Like a cigar bars where they have mouthwash in the bathroom. But I was
It's always the
doing.
expensive kind too, like
I
the nice
know.
kind. We had the purple one last time. I was like, and it was so cool. I was like, I love this.
I was doing a show with a comic at a cigar bar, and the bar had put like the mouthwash in the bathroom, but they had put it in a Jim Beam bottle. So he went in there and he thought that it was just like you could just take a swig of Jim Beam if you wanted. So he took a swig of it.
Yeah,
I
right.
guess
People would
straight out of
steal
the
that
bottle or
shit.
something. And he was like, I just accidentally drank mouthwash. I was like, what the fuck, dude? He's like,
You don't think that would like? I mean, that's not gonna like harm you. But
also, like, what bathroom, what restaurant or
Would
bar or
ever do
anything
that?
would just have a bottle of Jim Beam for you to drink?
dude, it would be stolen in like 5 minutes. Like I guarantee it. Oh my god, there are so many good baby boys and girls out
There's
today.
Such good dogs out today.
I love them.
Gosh.
Beautiful, amazing, 10 out of 10. Just want to rub my hands all over them. But yeah, no, I'm just like, dude, it could all be so simple. It's never. Cigar bars are also just fucking gross. It's the most general term.
Okay, I want to talk about what I put on my story. Because when I was getting my nails done, the lady that was doing my nails, she was like,
Wait, did you put a question up?
Yeah, I'll just tell you about it.
Okay.
She was like, oh, she asked me about kids or whatever. And like, I realized that I'm reaching that age where it's like, it's normal to ask me if I have kids. You know, like when I was like, you know, in my early 20s, like no one really asked me immediately if I have kids, but she was like, oh, do you have kids? I was like, no. And I like started thinking about it. I'm like, oh man, I have time and like, that's fine. But like, I turned 30 in a couple weeks. I really at this point feel like I have reached the conclusion that I'm not having kids. And so I asked people like, if you have kids, what's some of the best parts about it? If you don't have kids, what's some of the best parts about that? And like, I want to read some of the answers, but there's just like,
How about we start with ours?
yeah,
I
best
feel-
part about not having kids.
I feel like for me, in my point in my life, I know that I am still very selfish with my
Keep
time.
in mind, you're younger too. You have a little bit.
I mean,
more
but
time than me,
comparably
yeah.
though, this is about the age like most people have already had their first kid, or like a lot of people I went to high school with are like married and have multiple kids.
Well, you're also from Terre Haute.
That's true as well. But I will say like I like having the freedom of not having to worry about someone else's life. Like the thought of that is very stressful to me. And I also feel like the anxiety and just the responsibility of it is like the most terrifying thought. And I also like that there is a lot of freedom with not having kids, and like I can decide if like I don't want to be with someone, I'm not tied to them because of a kid or because of a house or a marriage or something like that. So I would say like for me the best part of not having kids is just sincerely being able to be selfish and not
Like freedom.
yeah.
I think my issue is that I am not like completely against kids, but I want to give them the ultimate best life.
Oh yeah,
If I'm
that
going
too.
to bring somebody else into this world, they better like I want to be able to go to their soccer games and or whatever they do, if they get into music or like I want to be able to give them such a fulfilling life. And I know
and
that
not
I
have to
can't
miss
do
all
that.
the good parts.
Yeah, like, I know-
agree with that as well.
I'm so busy. I can barely take care of a cat. Like I
also think that we know from having like traumatic childhoods that our parents didn't do that for us. Like, and I don't even think they looked at it that way either. It was more of like a means of surviving.
Yeah.
So like my mom had to work. So she did miss out on a lot of stuff. And like same with my dad, he worked nights, so he'd sleep during the day. And
Yeah.
like I feel like they don't realize how much that impacts you as a child until you're an adult and you're like, I really didn't spend a lot of time with my parents. Like
Yeah.
I spent more time with my friends and their parents who had it figured out than I did my own family.
Yeah, I definitely spent more time with my grandma when I was younger. And once I got older, you know, I was able to stay at home alone. But like I watch, especially, you know, my mom raises my nephews, and my mom had reached a point in her life by the time she got them where she is able to like
Yeah, have the time.
Yeah, like take them on vacations and hang out
Spend
with them.
time
And
with them.
It's not that I feel like I got the short end of the stick. I know that they were working really, really hard so they could provide a really good life for me. But in that, you know,
You kind of got robbed of those experiences as a child.
Yeah,
though.
like it's not they worked nights and weekends and they worked long hours and they went out of town and they also were really busy and they were really social, so they would hang out with their friends and like
there's just like too much to juggle. There's just too much, especially at a young age.
And in a lot of ways, I feel like I am like my parents in that way. Like, but I also am not bringing a kid into the world. Like,
right.
I am social and I have a lot of things going on and I'm working towards a lot. But it's just like, why bring a kid into that? Like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, and like I said, it also just complicates things financially, socially, your job, like your time, the way you spend it. There's just so many factors that come with that.
what do you feel? How do you feel about like celebrities that have kids and then just the nannies take care of them?
You know, I feel like they have all the money in the world that there's no reason that they can't spend time with their kids. Like it's like one thing to be like, okay, like someone has to pay for bills. Someone's got to keep this afloat. Like someone's got to work. So like I can't always be with you because of that. Where it's like, yeah, like they have gigs and stuff, but really like you have all the money in the world. Like more than half the time that your kids spend shouldn't be with a nanny. You know what I mean?
I think that
it's like, did you have kids just to be able to like live on like the money legacy of it, or did you have kids because you wanted, like what's the point of having them if you're not even going to be the one to take care of them?
Right. This is probably not the same answer, but I think that if I was a celebrity and I had a bunch of money and I could have somebody help me and then I could still do all the things I want to do career wise, I probably would have a kid. I know that that's like not the best childhood, but those would be the only ways that I would do it, is if like which it's never going to be me being like a stay-at-home mom, because that's the only other way.
I've never envisioned that either. Like never ever have I pictured being a stay-at-home mom ever.
Or even just like a really, really present mom that like, you know, I work at like the mall a couple days a week or whatever. And like my job isn't my focus. My kids are. I've never pictured myself like that.
Yeah.
Ever. And like, I feel like that was my mom that always did that, because my mom was always a very like hard worker and she was an entrepreneur, and she always told me like, don't ever fall back on a man. Don't ever feel like you would need a man if something, you know, were to happen.
See, and my mom was like that too, and oddly enough didn't do that herself. And that's like so crazy. You know what I mean? It's like,
I mean, I feel like your mom like worked and she probably it's like she was kind of the breadwinner, right?
Oh no, yeah, she absolutely was. But I'm saying like even like through her own, you know, like teachings of that, she never really did it herself. It's not like she ever like was like, okay, I don't need a man. Like I'm doing this on my own. Like I don't need someone to be living off of me. Like she like instilled that in me, but she never did that herself.
Yes, I'm talking about financially. Financially, my mom has never needed anyone. Emotionally, oh God, yeah.
You're like, that's a whole different.
That's a completely different thing. Yeah, she
like that's a whole nother day, a whole nother podcast. We'll get into that.
Oh God, she's a caretaker for sure, which is on one hand great, on the other hand, you know,
it can also get you into a lot of trouble. All right, let's hear the responses.
Do we want to hear best parts about having a kid or not having a kid first?
Start with not having a kid so we can wrap up that part, and then we'll go to having a kid.
Okay.
Did you get good answers?
Well, if they would load, I Heidi Sing or something. Jesus.
Oh, whoa, yeah. I got a runny nose. I've been seeing 111 and 1111 constantly lately. It's 111 right now.
I've been seeing 111 a lot too.
And they don't even mean the same thing.
Oh, really? What's
Yeah,
111 mean?
I'd have to look again. I looked it up the other day because I wanted to know if they were intertwined, and they're not.
Okay. Smoking weed all day and sleeping
Is the best thing about having a kid?
No, it's not having a kid.
Smoking weed with my kid and napping with them.
Which, yeah. Also, like, that's not really why I don't have kids. Like, I feel like I'm like almost too motivated to have kids. Like, I feel like it'd almost be easier to have kids if all you're doing is kind of hanging out in your house and smoking weed. Like,
yeah, that's it. You're both getting high.
Yeah, you would just be like stoned as shit. Like, oh yeah, baby, that's cool. Do that spinning thing again.
It's real funny.
And everything they do, you would just love. They'd be like, Dad, watch, and like just do like one of those weird, like not even.
Oh, dude, that was
tricks.
like, that was me when I was little. Like, my family was probably definitely high while I was doing dumb shit.
They were like, yeah,
do it again.
That's real cool.
Do a flip.
No, go get Daddy some Oreos from the kitchen.
Go grab Daddy a beer out of the fridge.
Yeah, that one you should have kids. Somebody said drugs and alcohol.
These are all going to be the most fucking ridiculous answers, like the most obvious ones.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, being able to do mushrooms whenever I want. I feel like you could do
All
mushrooms
drugs.
with a kid.
I do too. I feel like as long as you're not doing like fucking 3.5 grams
Also,
at a
probably why I
time.
shouldn't have a kid. I'm like, you can do mushrooms
Yeah,
with a kid.
yeah, I'm like, why not? Just do the drugs. What is it gonna do? As long as they don't get into them.
You're gonna think you're the coolest parent ever.
Yeah,
You're gonna
come
be
on.
Like, you're playing.
Your mind is gonna be open to all the possibilities. You'll probably be
Yeah.
in the same mindset as them to be able to play with them.
Yeah.
See-
Except like something bad happens, like you get locked in the basement or something. You both are just like kids.
And you're like,
She's like, I'm scared. You're like, me too.
you're like, hold me.
Nothing's real.
You fucking go into a whole loop explaining to your kids how the universe is all connected.
My bank account. Yeah.
That too.
Yeah, that one is definitely.
Financials is like literally the biggest part.
Not worrying about having to keep them alive. That, I mean, I truly think about that. Like, so you have the baby in the hospital, right? You're there
Right.
for like 3 days, and then they just send you home with this thing.
I know, and like no training, nothing. It's not like
Nothing.
you've had one before.
Nothing. Like, think for a job. You train for 2 weeks to like start doing a job. This thing, they're just like,
And that's like the rest of your life too. It's not just like temporary.
but it's so like fragile when you first get it. Like, it's just like this, like, it can't
Yeah,
even hold its
it's
head
like-
up. It's like fucking, it's
It's like this wet,
Ew.
sloppy sack.
They are a little moist
Body.
always. Like, they're always like a little bit moist
yeah,
at first,
yep.
like, and they like,
and like
have,
they just
the
can't
wrinkles.
control anything, and like they're just
Uh.
floppy, and like they can't do anything.
Yeah, like that.
Oh
that
god, the
isn't-
concept of babies. We're gonna get in a rabbit hole, and my mind's gonna explode.
I'm just like, how do you know when to feed it? How do you know what it wants?
I also hate when people are
was
like, your instincts kick in. I'm like, not
Whatever.
for everybody. Literally not for everybody. I've seen people literally abandon their children. Like, I'm telling you, it's not everybody. Not everyone has those instincts.
yeah, I mean, like there's shaken baby syndrome for a reason. Like, people lose
Yeah,
it.
they don't know what to fucking do.
Like, that's another thing. I think only certain people, like, you should have to have like a psych test before you have kids. Like, you need to make sure that you
Can take
are
care of one.
capable of doing it. Everybody's just like sex on my own time.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
technically, if you were fast enough and discreet enough, you probably wouldn't have to take
you
that
just-
away.
play the game like mommy and daddy have to go do laundry.
We're gonna be in the laundry room. Leave
You're
us
like-
alone. Yeah, see, I'm just
She goes to school, or the kid goes to school and it's like, our washer and dryer is really loud.
our washer and dryer is clunking.
Being hungover in silence. That's kind of funny.
Bro, I think about that one a lot. Okay, so like I do have a lot of people on my Facebook that I went to high school with that like do have kids, and like the one night a year they go out and they do get drunk. They'll like, I've seen a couple people post about it. Could you imagine laying on your couch, hungover, full blown migraine, about to throw up, and you have a kid literally like, I would chuck that bitch.
Where's my mac and cheese?
I would be like, fucking make it. Like, I could not imagine dying on the couch, even being sick, not even
Yeah,
being hungover,
I'm
just in
thinking-
its most simplest terms. Like, there is no time frame or like
Yeah.
any breaks being a mother. And that's like one of those things where I'm like, why not?
I was just thinking about that when I got food poisoning in North Carolina, and I was so ill. It was like lay on the bathroom floor, nothing I could do. I could not get up.
Could you imagine knowing that you had like a 2-year-old in the next room that you had to take care of?
And you know, my mom was with me, so she was helping me and she was like taking care of me. And I thought about it. I was like, if I had a kid right now, and I was like this, like, I would not be able to take care of the kid
No.
unless I had somebody to help me. I mean, I guess, you know, you normally have a kid with like a partner, but let's say you both go to the same restaurant, you both get food poisoning, you're fucking taking turns in the bathroom and
Yeah, what
throwing
are you
up on
supposed to
each
do?
other.
What are you
And
supposed to do?
then you have a kid that also needs taken care of. No,
No way. There's no way.
like,
See, and then, like,
it's not
other-
like doggy daycare where you can just go drop it off for like
Exactly.
a little bit, like, hey, I'm sick, like put it in a cage. Like,
And also, in other terms, like I'm sure people who have kids are going to listen to this and be like, oh, they don't have kids. They have no idea what they're talking. And you know what? Probably. But again,
Yeah.
I don't have kids for a reason. So that might be why.
No,
I don't know. I'm just
I-
saying these are all hypothetical things that I think about.
my coworker has
What
a
I think
kid.
it would be like.
My coworker has a kid and he was sick like a few weeks ago, and I was like, be honest, like, with, because his wife she has like morning sickness right now and stuff, and then he also
That too,
got sick.
being pregnant with kids, like I know you're in pain, I know you're hurting, and what are you supposed to do once you pop out a new kid?
and
You
people
still have
that
another
go
one.
on like vacation and stuff pregnant, like
I'm sorry, I can't even. If my back even hurts a little bit, I'm in bed. I'm down and out.
You know when
7 to 8 business days at least.
just normal me walking on the beach and your feet start hurting and you get like some of those like your tendons start feeling they're pulling, and then you see a pregnant lady walking on the beach beside you and you're like, I'm a piece of shit.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What super greens are you eating, bitch?
Or when I used to do Orange Theory Fitness, there was this woman.
I would love to go back and do that. I've been thinking about it lately.
There was this woman and she was like, she did it up until she gave birth. I think
I
she
feel
gave
like
birth
those
on the
people-
treadmill at Orange Theory
I'm
Fitness.
telling you,
but-
I think those people just have some different brain chemistry going on up there, because if I'm even slightly too tired, I'm not going to go to the gym at all. I'll cancel it all day long. I won't even push it back a couple hours. I'm just not going.
like to be able to, the pregnancy part is also terrifying. Like, but again, we don't know. But you see these people like doing all this incredible stuff while pregnant, and I'm like, God, I'm such
Wouldn't
a
be
piece
me.
of shit.
Yeah, it wouldn't be me. I can't even do that not pregnant, dude.
Right?
Jesus Christ. All right, go to the ones of for having a kid.
Hold on, there's one more. Not having to wipe their ass because I bought a bidet to not have to wipe my own ass.
Ew. Oh, that too. Oh my God.
Can you
Diapers,
imagine?
bro. Dude, I have a weak ass stomach, and like, okay,
I
wait.
think it is different with your kids though. I only know that because like, and you'll know this too, when you get a pet, it's like other pets poop and puke grosses you out. But when it's your pet and they're sick, like you just like go into like.
But I still feel like puke is puke regardless, because Brogan's anything still makes me sickly.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, dude, when my little brother, because we basically helped raise him, and that could be another reason why I didn't want kids. Like
Yeah.
I basically helped raise my little brother. And I was in middle school, going into high school when he was a baby. And whenever I would have to help change, bro, I wanted to die. That shit was fucking awful. And they're in diapers, and you're doing that until like what? They're 3, 4.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That would
I
be
did
the
the
worst
same
part
thing.
for
I
me.
like helped raise my nephews because they moved in when I was 16, and Logan was the youngest one. He was still in diapers, and I was like,
Oh God, no! It's just and you feel dirty after, and oh
but
God.
that's okay. So it bothered me, I guess, with Logan. But once I got used to him, and like I lived with him and all that stuff, like it just becomes like kind of natural. It's still gross, and they still have blowouts that are disgusting. But like I used to have this boss, and I babysat for his kids.
Your boss
time.
used to have blowouts.
I used to have this boss, and I'd have to change his diaper. So annoying.
He was awful.
He always had fucking blowouts up his back, crying and shit.
Is this the same one? Had those nicotine pills.
Yes, yes. So I babysat his kids one night, and the youngest one was in diapers. I didn't know this. Like he just was like,
They brought you a fucking diaper bag.
Yeah, he's like, can you watch my kids? I was like, I guess. I was like, I don't know if I'm like the person you want to do this.
Why
but,
are you asking me?
okay. But the
I don't have the proper credentials.
he pooped in his diaper, and then I started to wipe it, and I couldn't do it. I was like, ugh, ugh.
You throw up all over the baby.
I'm not kidding. I was like, ugh, ugh.
Then you have to clean up your vomit and their shit.
He's just looking at me like
Come on, bitch, wipe my ass.
he was so calm about it. He was just kind of like, he was like, this bitch is weird.
Dude, kids like really don't be caring. Like
No.
they're like, wipe my ass.
He was just like, la la
I'm
la.
like, you fucking entitled bitch.
So I panic because I can't do it. I'm like trying to. I'm like I can't. So I take him, and they have a detachable shower hose in their shower. I just put him in there. He's like literally 2 years old, and I just turned that shit on full blast and just like started spraying him with it. He was like, I was like, I know I'm freaking out too, man. Relax. I was like, we're gonna get through this together.
You're like, shut up! You're making this worse.
Your dad's an idiot. Why would
Your dad comes home, this baby's naked in the shower getting fucking you're on the floor.
And they're like a little chihuahua. Like,
You're on the floor crying with puke and shit around you.
I can't do it. I can't do
I
it.
tried. I almost killed your
And
kid. I'm sorry.
he was like 2, so I didn't. I also don't know how to talk to kids. So I was
Oh,
like,
I don't either. I talk to them like they're full grown
Yeah.
adults. I'm like, hey, dude, what's up?
hey, how you doing? How you been? I haven't seen you in a minute.
I haven't seen you in a minute, bro. You're really grown up.
You were a couple inches shorter last time I saw you. That's really cool. So I'm like trying to tell him to bend over. I'm like, bend over. And I'm like, bend. He's like,
Not getting it.
he's like, water's just like splashing in his face. I just have this hose pointing at his whole body, like, bend over.
Literally waterboarding this poor kid.
So eventually I'm like, I think I got most of it
I
off.
wonder if he still thinks about you.
No way. He was only like 2. No, it's probably a core memory for
Probably
him.
traumatized.
When he's older and he's in therapy, he's going to be like, I don't know, this weird bitch babysat me one time and hosed me down.
Where was the mom?
It was like their anniversary or whatever. And so he was like, could you watch my kids? I can't find anyone to watch my kids. And it's my wife and I's anniversary. We're going to a concert.
When they came back, was he fully dressed and not in the tub wet?
Yeah, I just put I'm like, oh God, he's probably going to
Ah,
have like
God.
chafed asshole. But
At least he doesn't have shit on
yeah,
it.
I just put it, and he was so unfazed by it. I put a diaper back on him, and I'm like sitting over there. I'm sweating. I'm like having a
Crying.
mental
He
breakdown.
sits down next to you. He's like, what's wrong?
I'm just like, and he just grabs his toys and like.
I'm not gonna
continues
lie to
playing,
you.
like,
Sometimes I feel like the calm ones, like the calm kids, like those are the ones that are gonna be like fucking rocket scientists.
Oh,
like
yeah.
nothing, fucking nothing.
Nothing.
My brother, honestly, my little brother, he's like a little nerdy gamer, but he also used to do this shit. Like he would like at a really young age, like purposely fuck with my mom. They would be on the couch and she would be like working on paperwork or something, and he would literally like scoot over and he would just start pulling papers from the bottom.
No.
And like she would yell at him and he would just look at me and he'd smile and he'd put it all back and then like sit back down, or he would like just start going and fucking with things elsewhere. I'm like, dude, you're so funny.
That's a youngest one though. That's like, and you were we had very similar roles in that part. Where like we were both the youngest for a really long time, and then
Yes.
your parents had a kid a lot later, and then my parents took on my nephews.
Which is basically the same thing.
Yeah, so like we both like went from being the baby to being the oldest all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And you see the way that they act. I used to tell my parents, I was like, he's manipulative.
I know. I said that about my brother too. I'm like, dude, he was like 8 years old. My parents were still like doing everything for him. I'm like,
Yes.
are you still gonna wipe his ass when he's done? And my mom was like, maybe sometimes. I was like, you guys are done. You guys are fucking done. I'm like, you guys literally had me on my own working a full-time job at like 4. I was like, what the fuck?
I say the same. I was like, I was working in the pizza place at fucking.
I was literally taking
8
care of
years
myself.
old.
I'm not even kidding.
All right, let's see some of these good parts about having kids. Let's brighten up the mood for all
Wyatt,
these.
is that timer right up there?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
We'll get through.
Yes.
C.
Okay. My favorite part is when my daughter tells me jokes about my dead dad.
That's terrible. See that too? Kids just don't have a filter.
No, and like I need to know. Does she know the dad? Did she ever meet him, or is she just
seeing
like
him?
yeah?
Is she seeing him like in the closet?
Oh,
or
when kids
something?
see ghosts. Okay, we're going back to like bad things, but let's see. I have a free writing team. That's from a comic. So basically, just like that is true. Like you can make fun of your kids. Like
Kids are actually really funny too because they don't have a filter. Like their brain
Yeah.
is literally on like
Oh,
go
yeah.
mode. You know what I mean?
I used to teach gymnastics, and this little 3-year-old looked at one of our other coaches one time and was like, "Why are your teeth brown?"
Oh my God. Whenever I was in tumbling too, whenever like I used to do that shit, I remember one of our coaches had just had a baby. One of those girls went up and like grabbed her stomach and was like, that's a lot of extra fat. She cried, bro.
Oh, yeah, they
Like,
don't-
I mean, she was probably 4, like literally went up and grabbed her stomach like this.
They ask you and do the weirdest shit. Like, why is your hair that color?
I know. I'm like, why don't you fuck off before I kick you?
Why are your roots brown? Eating mac and cheese every night. That's a good one.
That is a good one. I mean, I can do that now anyway without a kid, but I kind of do that now without a kid.
Teaching skills and values to my son that he will use and carry on tradition and legacy.
How do you know? How do you know they're
And
gonna
I
do that?
also don't like the thought of a legacy. Like,
Oh,
I'm gonna carry on
who
my
has one? The
legacy.
Kardashians, not fucking Dan Smith
Yeah.
who lives in Indianapolis.
Not your friend Derek that jumped off of fucking
Yeah. like, oh man, I'm a legend. Like, oh my God, no, I hate that too.
My pet peeve when people my legacy, like where people get like their last names tattooed on them and they're like,
God.
I'm carrying on the Smith
A
legacy.
skin jersey. I hate that shit, dude.
Just spending as much time with them as possible.
That's my worst nightmare. Yeah, see, the things like this make me realize it's probably best.
Seeing life moments I had as a kid and it becomes full circle as they experience life for the first time. Like watching your kids like
Do the things that you used to do.
Yeah. Like, cause I know my mom and I have talked about it. I've made a lot of the same mistakes she has. Like, regardless if you don't want to become your parents, which most of us don't, especially millennials, Gen Z, like we're so against being like our parents, but there's going to be things that like, you grow up in the same environment and there's things that it's just you're going to see it.
Yeah.
Circle,
no, that's very true.
But I don't know. Some parts would probably be hard when you're like watching your kid go through something. Like, I feel like I go like through that with you being, 4 years younger than me, where I'm like
a little sister.
I'm like, damn, dude, like if you just like listen to me, you don't have to go through all this part.
You're like, listen to me, bitch.
I'm like, I can help you. Like, I know this part of your life. I did this part.
I already did this.
Yeah.
I already did this.
And like, and if I just had somebody just a little bit older than me, telling me, hey, like, you don't have to do this part. Like, none of us would ever go through shit.
I also feel like you have to learn those lessons on your own regardless. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to have like guidance when you need it, but I swear those are things you just can't avoid.
Somebody said definitely finding hidden garbage in the couch all the time.
No, that'd piss me off, bro.
Just fruit snacks and fucking chips in the...
See, that too. I feel like as I've gotten older, I'm a lot more like, I'm not saying like my space is clean all the time, but like once I keep it at a very bare minimum of how dirty it's ever gonna get. You know what I mean? Like once it hits that, like I'm literally cleaning everything, throwing everything out. I'm fucking washing the baseboards, dusting everything. Like and to know that like you could do all of that and then you turn right back around and get dirty again, that would literally make my blood boil.
Oh yeah. I don't remember if I talked about it on the podcast or just to you, but when Logan threw up all over his car seat, and then we stopped on the side of the road and we just threw it away. We just threw the whole car seat away and just put him in like some little sweatpants and patent leather shoes. And we're like, okay, that's
fucking
disgusting.
Logan. A baby Logan was probably the funniest, cutest thing in the entire world.
I'll show you pictures. He was real cute.
A little terrorist.
Hard to explain, but things become dull as an adult and it becomes fun and exciting again. That's what scares me is that like I'm 30, I don't feel like my life is dull at all.
I know I don't feel that way either. I feel like I'm having the time of my life, to be honest.
Like
see, but then
I feel like by the time the dullness comes around, I won't want kids.
And it's a difference of like perspective too. I mean, like maybe like they're a part of their life, like when they had kids, like they felt like they were really like lacking something. And like they have kids that like gives them purpose. You know what I mean? And like that's what makes it feel exciting. You know?
This is one of my really good friends that has a kid. She posted a bunch of them. Snuggling with them, seeing their personalities develop, seeing them learn something new when they get excited and learn something new. So I think
what if you had a kid and they had the worst personality ever? Like, do you think that like at some point like parents know like this kid's gonna be a fucking dickwad when they're older?
I don't think they do.
You don't?
Because working with kids, when I used to work with kids, they like the parents that had the shittiest kids never knew they had the shittiest kids.
It's interesting.
They're like, oh, not my Cody. I'm
Not
like,
my
your
little
Cody
Jimmy.
came in here and wrecked this fucking room.
Your Cody broke 6 kids' legs.
All right, I'm gonna do one more. I have a mini version of me to back up whatever ridiculous idea I have. So
That's fair.
yeah, there were some good ones in there.
There were definitely some good ones in
I
there.
still don't want kids, but
No, as you said, the conclusion is still that I'm good where I'm at the moment.
Yeah.
I truly love where I'm at.
All right, Heidi, you want to tell about anything you have happening?
I'm gonna go plant my butt in the sand in Florida where it's 85 and sunny right now. I can't fucking wait for a couple days. Drink as much alcohol as possible, maybe die a little bit. Then come back and get back to normal life. That's about it. That's all I got coming up.
Well, I have, the Bachelorette. party. But on March 1st, I'm going to be at Can Lounge. I'm going to be headlining that show. And then we have my birthday.
I know. I was going to say, and then we have Nashville coming up.
Yeah.
Nashville ain't ready for us, girlies.
No, they are not.
Can't wait.
And then on March 7th, I'm headlining. Oh, fuck, I don't remember the name of the bar. Somewhere in Louisville. I'll get that next time. And March 8th, man, I got to start putting the details. It just says like Springfield, Ohio. Okay, whatever.
I was like, bitch, you don't even know where you're going. You're just driving around every bar in
Seriously,
Springfield.
yeah.
Like, did you guys need a comic?
No, that's my organization skills. It's just like, sometimes it just says show. And I'm like, I didn't write down the time. I didn't write down the place.
I don't know
nothing.
what this show is, to be honest.
This is the shit show.
Also, I'm getting further into doing hair. So if you need your
yeah.
hair done, come see me.
At Witch Hazel.
At Witch Hazel.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye, motherfuckers.